What's going on, guys? Welcome to Anime with Ali. Now this episode is a special one, aren't they all? Because I would wanted to do this review of this anime for a long time. Only today could I get the chance because it's now just finished. It's Violet Evergarden. It's 13 episodes long. It's a Netflix exclusive. Let's do this. Now, Violet Evergarden talks about the main character, funnily enough, called Violet Evergarden. She is a young girl who was forced into the kind of whole situation of war. She ended up losing both her arms. She ended up suffering from amnesia and shock. And throughout the series, she's a character who's kind of struggling to get past that kind of stage of her life, mentally and physically. I think it's really interesting to kind of see the growth from the beginning until the end, at least from where I'm sitting. It talks about a subject, about a character who's gone through a lot. Straight off the bat, like what I got from watching like the first episode and just the kind of general vibe I felt from the series at that point was this is a very different anime. It's not run of the mill, not very mainstream. It doesn't have all those kind of checklist tropes. It's very unique and very in and of itself. The main emphasis of the story, of course, it focuses mainly on Violet. She ends up joining the kind of ghostwriting, letter writing company. They are essentially a letter service. They write letters on behalf of people who can't express themselves unless it's kind of words written onto paper. The reason she wants to do this job, she wants to understand what emotions are, what feelings are, because her last memory and I guess experience on the battlefield was with the person most beloved to her, which was her major. He told her that he loved her. Well, essentially, he said the words, "I love you." At this point, Violet doesn't know anything of emotions, feeling, love, or affection. She knows only like taking orders and being cold and emotionless and just, I guess, robotic. So she wants to understand the feelings and the words behind that phrase. And throughout the series, she becomes much more of a human and relatable character. She becomes someone that, at least I did, people will very much care about. Also, through this journey, she ends up meeting people that, through their experiences, that she experiences alongside them, she ends up growing. Essentially, they are people she meets on her journeys who are going through a lot of tough periods in their own life. They are struggling through tough situations, and Violet is there to help them. And through helping them, she ends up also helping herself. She starts to learn more about herself as a person and starts to develop deeper and more underlying emotions and feelings. This series is very unique in that it focuses a lot on feelings and emotions, especially those of loss, grief, sorrow, sadness, guilt, and I guess the feeling of not being able to move forward. And for that, I really commend it, and I think it's really different and it confronts a lot of issues, and it's not afraid to kind of shock and be very dark and flip things on their head. But for me, what grabbed me was that it's different. I wanted to kind of see the progression in the story and to see how Violet deals with the things that she's dealing with episode by episode, and just how things would come together at the end. The setting, it's in post-war-torn Europe, and you don't get very many animes set in that setting, really, do you? And so it's really interesting to see kind of how, an anime tackles something like this, and how it's difficult for people to move on and see positively. They're still dealing with the after effects of something on such a grand scale, yet this anime is trying to say and trying to show, and ultimately I think proves that you're able to get past something as difficult and overbearing as war and strive for a better, more positive life. I was so invested because of the characters, because of the story, because of the heart and the soul that is imbued in this series. Honestly, I wasn't sure what to think of it at the beginning. I believe that it's very beautifully animated, very kind of crisp, colourful pops, and you could tell that Netflix put a lot of budget into this. Of course, the music is great, fits in with the setting, the dialogue, very emotional, very kind of poignant, And I guess as a whole, I think the whole package, if I could talk about that, it just kind of comes together really well. It's very different, but don't let that put you off. Let that actually kind of put you on. Let that kind of entice you into checking it out. Well, I don't know what else to say really. It's just I'm still kind of coming to terms with the ending and it being over. Also, I was mulling over doing this as a voice only anime with Ali because, but damn, this anime is emotional and I'm a softie, so I was bawling my eyes out even just before I made this episode. Hopefully it doesn't look like that you can see that I was crying. Probably shouldn't have said that. So I hope you guys check it out. Thank you very much for checking this video out. If you did, I don't know how many of you sit all the way through my videos, but if you do, much appreciated. Look out for my next one, coming soon.